Hello, Steve Akley here at my place, the ABV Barrel Shop, suburban St. Louis. I'm here today to talk about planters. So this one is a special pick. We just had a festival this past weekend. It was called the Demetrius Cain Festival. We put him in our ABV Barrel Shop Hall of Fame. It's something that was brand new. It was the inaugural time that we've done this. It makes some sense to have Demetrius do this because while this is like our 5th or 6th planters pick, it is our 26th barrel pick overall with his company since we started this endeavor here at the ABV Barrel Shop, which is pretty cool. So we've always got product in from him at this point. We finally got to a point where it looks like we're going to have a couple of barrel picks anytime you come in from Demetrius. We've always been in a situation where we can't get enough of his product in. A barrel would come in, it would sell out. And we're getting, one barrel every 4 to 6 weeks, and that just wasn't enough. We would end up being 2 or 3 weeks where we wouldn't have enough whiskey and we would have none of his products. People come in and say, I want to try something from Nobleton's. I see you guys are big supporters of him. You talk about him on things like your YouTube channel and stuff like that, and then we don't have any. So this is, much better. We've been buying barrels rapid fire. Demetrius has kind of opened the floodgates for us a little bit. And we've also been doing some pretty cool things with him. In addition to the regular barrels that anybody might select from if they're going to do a barrel pick there, he has a private reserve. These are barrels that he's identified as special. He puts them aside. They're his favorite barrels to drink. He utilizes them for family gifts, those type of things. But just like we have limits to the number of bottles that we can have in our house, and that is set, by yourself or maybe whomever you live with, your spouse or partner or whoever that you share your household with. And there's probably some limits. Now, there's people, I get it, that have no limits, and they have, 2, 3, 4,000 bottles in their house. Whatever crazy amount that you can come up with, there's probably somebody who has that amount in their home. But for the most part, owning a shop like this, you do hear of the limits that people have. And this can be, it varies by individuals. It can be as low as 30 bottles cap, that's it. I never go above that. And then other people, like I said, it gets into the hundreds, if not thousands. So Demetrius has a cap to the number of barrels that he has. And then what he's been doing is selling off some of those special barrels and allowing us, and we've been able to pick some of these through things like this release that came for the Hall of Fame induction that we did with him. We also have a release that's a kind of like a monthly club thing called Fight Club, and can't talk too much about it, as you can imagine. But those that are in the Fight Club get a bottle each month from a barrel pick that was selected by Demetrius. Very cool. We do a party to release those and stuff like that. So there's a lot of cool. We have a great relationship with Demetrius. Our friendship goes back a long way. It's a personal friendship, not just business. I would count Demetrius as a personal friend of mine, and I would think if you talk to him, he would feel the same way about me, which is pretty cool that you figure out a way to do business with your friends. So this latest pick, again, we're always going to have, at this point now, we're finally to the place where we're caught up and we have some of his whiskey here. We're going to try to have like 2 or 3 barrel picks. I'm looking at an area in the shop right now. It's a little bit of a mess. We've got some empty boxes there. We've got some stuff on the clearance rack that we're getting rid of to create some space. But once that's done, I think that's going to kind of become the Demetrius Cain area, where we're going to keep in stock at all times 2 or 3 barrel picks. I think if we start getting low or it looks like one of them's going to run out, we're going to try to hurry up and do another one. So we get to this point where any customer that walks in basically says, I'd like to try a flight of what from Nobleton's, and we should be able to do that at our tasting bar, where you can taste 2 or 3 of these at a time, which would be pretty cool. So look for that coming soon. It's a work in progress at this point, but it's definitely something that we need to do based on the great job that he does, as well as an excellent representation of what we can do in whiskey making in Missouri. So I just wanted to tell you a little bit about this one. Let's give this thing a taste. This is a little bit different. We haven't picked too many of these. I think only out of our 26 barrels, I think one other time we picked this mash bill. He has 9 different mash bills. Each family member through the generations that was the master distiller of the family has put together a mash bill that then future generations make all of those. So Demetrius is the 9th generation distiller. He makes his personal mash bill as well as the 8 forefathers that were ahead of him in making whiskey. So this one is 51% sweet corn, 45% wheat, and 4% barley. All those are malted. Demetrius, he malts all of his grains, so unlike most people, so that's, it's malted sweet corn, malted barley, malted wheat in this thing, so this is a wheater. So let's give this thing a taste and see what we got here on our taste on this, our latest barrel pick here at the ABV Barrel Shop, this wheated whiskey from Demetrius. All right, let's see here. It is incredible whiskey. I mean, it's got the sweetness that you would expect from a wheated bourbon, but it's also got a little bit of a spice to it, a little bit of lingering that happens kind of in the center of the palate. And this one is very pleasant. The sweetness, I would say, kind of goes along like a bubble gum or something like that. I mean, it's literally like Bazooka Joe bubble gum, and that's the flavor that sticks with you. You go to chew a piece of Bazooka Joe bubblegum and it lasts shorter than the finish of this whiskey lasts. So pretty cool that you can enjoy that. Come by and give this thing a taste. If you like it after you're here, you can pick up a bottle for $80 here at the ABV Barrel Shop.